Ever wish you had someone to tell you the truth about what it takes to run a successful business and live a fulfilling life? Well, amiguita, you've come to the right place. So grab your favorite cafecito or cocktail, your courage, and let's get to work. I'm Jenna Saborges, a therapist, business strategist, mindset coach for entrepreneurs, and a feisty Latina from Miami. And I'm determined to teach you the exact tools you need to stop settling and start kicking some serious derriere. What do you say? Are you in? Then let's get started. Welcome to Latinas Empowering Latinas podcast. Hey there. Today I wanted to answer a question that was submitted, and it has to do why I don't believe in offering free consultations. This was a question that was recently asked of me, and it's something that I hear often, and I'm very passionate about this. I'm going to read you the question that came from Elena. And it says, hi, do any of you offer a free intro session for coaching, like to your Facebook group or as a lead magnet? I have seen 15-minute free intro sessions advertised. I am curious to know how to maximize this time to really help someone. And also, of course, how I could use this time to attract them to my course and coaching. Elena, I wanted to make sure to answer this question for you, and I thought I'd make it a podcast episode. So you're highlighted today. I am so very passionate about this topic. Entrepreneurs that I coach, first of all, I never understood this concept. I don't know about you guys, but I can't talk to somebody and not offer them value, not offer them a piece of me. Something else you have to consider is from either perspective. How much work can you do in 15 minutes? I mean, I'm good, but 15 minutes is usually how much time I start to learn about a person. In 15 minutes, how can I learn enough about someone to provide feedback for moving forward? On the other shoe, if I'm going to somebody and they're offering me a 15-minute consult, that to me just is an opportunity to hear their voice and see how they are when they answer the phone and see if they sound put together. But a 15-minute consult really equals a sales pitch. If you're trying to offer value to somebody and you're offering them a free consult and all you're doing is pitching your sale, they're going to be angry. They're going to be frustrated, number one. Another thing, because I've tried this, remember, I only share with you things that I've tried. And I took a course about 2 years ago, and this was something that seemed to be very big, free consultations. And I remembered I offered some within the group. I've done it before in the past. I do it, every once in a while just because I have lots of opinions and I want to help people. But what I found is when I did offer this opportunity to people take advantage of it. So whenever I am offering true free consultations, it has to come from a place of a loving heart with genuine interest to serve them without expecting anything in return, without expecting a sale, without expecting even a thank you. And I've had people that have worked with me that I've offered free consults to. And you know what? I don't remember a time where they took me up on any of my services. And it wasn't because I wasn't good, but because they weren't ready to buy. And if you think about any time you've invested in yourself and invested in your business, and we'll talk about that in another episode, chances are you're ready to buy. It's like going house hunting or going to a car dealership. 9 times out of 10 people that are showing up are ready to buy. They've checked, they've done their research, they want a car, it's imminent. People don't go without the purpose of buying. And I feel that free consultations just invite people that are not ready or not willing to invest in your services. And as a person that is very empathetic, as a person who gives without holding back, I find that it doesn't honor myself. It doesn't honor my worth. And it's very draining because, again, when I give. I don't hold back. I don't know any other way, and I don't want to know any other way. What I would say, Elena, is I don't believe in free sessions for coaching, as you can tell. Entrepreneurs I do coach, that's the first thing we remove from their website. I don't believe in that. What I would say is if you want to offer value, create a really juicy lead magnet. Put it on your website. Make it so juicy that you can share it in other groups. Make sure that you're tuned into your ICA, that you know their pain points, and create a lead magnet that would be so mind-blowing that it's free that they are grateful. That is a way where you can offer value, where it's not draining, where you're sitting down in one moment of time in creation. And it may take you a while to create, especially if it's a really good lead magnet, at least emotionally, right? And oftentimes, what I'll say is, Elena, that we as professionals, whether you're a therapist or you're a coach, you're at a different headspace than people. You are at least 10%, you have this 10% edge on them, right? What you feel may be really juicy can be very overwhelming for them. Keep it really simple. Tap into where they are, not where they want to be or where you think they need to be. Something that's really important when you're creating your service packages or your course that I know you mentioned, Elena, is that you want to make sure that you are not overwhelming them with information. The key to a really good program or a really good coach is knowing how much information to give streamlined to your clients so that they can find it manageable, doable, and they can do so successfully. If you give them everything that you have, if you give them all your genius, they're not going to finish. They can't step up. Very rare. And let me tell you, I've taken amazing courses by amazing, powerful women that have done a phenomenal job at breaking down their content. But even at the moment where I started that course, it felt overwhelming. More is not better. Sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is really important, especially if, remember, a lead magnet is to teach them about you, let them know your style, let them know that you are well versed, that you can help them. The content, the meat of your services, the experience that you offer, the journey that you offer is in working with you, whether it's through your course or one-on-one. But a lead magnet, even, Elena, another alternative I have for you is instead of doing a free consult, is if you want to do like a masterclass or a webinar quarterly. I wouldn't do it that often because you don't want to keep giving of yourself over and over and over again without being compensated, because then you'll resent your business. It's really about strategy, and that's what I go over with my clients. So I don't know what that looks like for you, but I would, if anything, if you really want to show up visibly, I mean, a lead magnet, you can show up and support people in other people's Facebook groups. If you want to open a Facebook group, it's a lot of work. A lot of people just join to be able to promote their own services. A lot of people don't engage. It's not been my favorite way to show up and serve. This by far, my podcast has been, because I'm able to connect with people like you, answer your questions, share my opinions, share my experience, and people all around the world get to benefit. That by far has been my favorite platform, is podcasting, but I know that that's not for everybody. I know that it is definitely something that is a bigger task to take on. So I'm not pushing you to do that if that's not your comfort zone. But I would say find a place where you can share your information in a way that other people find valuable, and that you're not talking to yourself or you're not locked up in a room, right? I've done this before. I've blogged, I've had my Facebook group, I've volunteered or shared information or supported people in different settings. And what I have found over and over again is that when I do it genuinely, when I do it with love, when I show up with courage, when I show up with transparency, when I show up to serve like I am now, it feels so different and people really connect with it differently. So I would encourage you to figure out, Elena, what the best way is. And if you look through past episodes, there is an episode that I created that goes over the best platform to connect with others. And I would definitely encourage you to listen to that episode so you can try to figure out, it's a twofold process, right? So if you want to offer free resources and you want to show up for people, the first step is you need to know where your ICA is spending time. So that's why knowing your ICA is so crucial. And if you don't know where they're spending time, let's say your ICA is a busy mom and all she has time for is she spends a lot of time on Pinterest looking for recipes or looking for milestones for children, just throughout the day when she can think of it. If you're writing a blog, that mom doesn't have time to read that blog. For me, entrepreneurs are really busy, like myself. So I found myself listening to podcasts while I was driving my kids to school, heading to work, in between patients, while I was doing dishes or folding laundry or cooking dinner or going for a walk. So for me, podcast was really the most logical sense of where my ICA was spending time and where I felt comfortable because I can talk all day long. I love this. I love to be able to support other people. It's really about strategy when it comes to that. Where do you love to spend time? Where can you be consistent? And where are your ideal clients spending time? This was a very long winded answer. I hope it really helps, but I'll just review for you. So I don't believe in free because it's your time, it's your knowledge. You need to value yourself. You need to respect yourself and your time and your worth, and people need to respect you. An example of this that I came up with was, would you ask a restaurant to eat their food for free? Would you go into a restaurant and say, "Hi, I want to have a meal, but I want it for free"? You would never. I hope you would never, right? Or if your employer, if you're still working for somebody else, or you had a client and they said, "Hey, I want to work with you, but I want you to work for free." How would you feel? On both ends, whether you're a consumer or you are a person who's trying to offer value to others, realize that free is not always better and free is not always healthy for the relationship. This is a little dicey. I can go in deeper into this, but again, free consultations, I just don't believe that it's authentic. I don't believe that it's beneficial. I believe that it's good if somebody is on the fence, but I think that free consultations just really invite a lot of tire kickers. And I'll talk about that later on as well. But it just invites a non genuine help. It's not going to get you what you want. Oftentimes, consultations are not going to get you what you want because you want people that are ready to invest in themselves and invest in their business and invest in you. And if somebody's looking for a free consult, I don't know. I'm just not sure. It's never been a good experience. And again, there's so many other ways to offer value. So whether it's a lead magnet or an episode or an article, where can you provide the most value? Whether it's an event, I've held events before. I've held retreats. I've held self-care events. I've held free events. And there it's different. I'm making connections. I'm networking, but I'm giving of myself to a group of people. It feels very different. And I truly do it when it's events or topics or just things that are very near and dear to my heart. So I show up really differently. Here are my takeaways about offering free consultations. I don't believe in them. What can you truly learn or accomplish in 15 to 30 minutes? I always offer value. My consult is not a consult, it's an entire session. I want you to think of other ways that you can offer value, connect with others, and really nurture the masses while valuing your own time. Whether they're taking walks, freebies, blogs, podcast episodes, whether it's in social media, and you can write posts, you can create groups, although they're a lot of work and there's low engagement and it takes a lot of energy. Whether you can offer a challenge on a task that really connects with your ICA, I want you to really get creative. I want you to really think about what can you do that your ICA really needs and values truly. What can you offer them that they would be so amazed was free, that they couldn't believe that this item that they're receiving is a gift, like a birthday gift, the best birthday gift they could have ever imagined, that they cannot believe that you're actually giving this away. It doesn't have to be intense. It doesn't have to be 14 pages. It just has to solve a problem for them. It has to provide actionable steps and solutions for them. It has to give them a quick win that is truly beneficial. And the only person who has that answer is you because you're the only one that truly knows your ICA. And I also want you to consider something else. Think of your favorite restaurant, resorts, vacations, hotels. Do they give you a free meal or a stay before you buy? Unless they're a timeshare, of course. They may include it as a bonus, but how do they generate sales? It's word of mouth, It's customer service, it's experience. They show up and they deliver. If you are offering coaching and you have your packages, and as an upgrade, you want to offer them an extra group coaching call or an extra community, it's about what you can offer in addition as a bonus. It's not about what you're giving them for free. I'm going to challenge you, and this is your homework, to really listen to this entire episode, listen to it more than once if you have to, take notes, and get to work. What can you do to provide value in a way that feels authentic to you and truly helps your ICA? Now it's time to get to work. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am so excited you tuned in. The best way to find out the second a new episode is released and receive all the valuable tools and actionable steps I share is to subscribe to the podcast, so make sure you do that. Sending you so much love until next time. Bye.